Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
Hey Joker, hey Kaiju, hey Scott, Chloe, hey Layla, hey Ice Cold, hey Millennial, hey Denise, hey Sierra, hey Poopy, hey Asher. We're actually gonna start real soon. Trying to stay up too late. I was on the fence about whether to talk about fascism or the shutdown, but I already got this background, and we're just gonna run with it. Might do some news after we run out of deplorables to debate. But yeah, live right now. The TikTok. Hey Rome. Hey Neely. Okay, we should be. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Wait, there's definitely something. I have a filter on TikTok. Hold on, hold on. Hey, look like that. Hey Chai. Hey Noodle. Dolce makeup? No, reset. Wait, what is this? Why? The TikTok Studio updated and the default setting. The default setting was makeup. Hey KP. Are you the line again? No, I just had like eyeshadow. Wait, mascara? I always mix those two up. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Keep it'll freak Mag out. The MAGA team. Hey, Daffers. Becky, request up. Let's talk about it. How did Biden destroy our country? I'm very curious. Would girl MAGA, a rare one in Dan's lives? He dropped out. That's how. We have a solid live tonight, Dan. Thank you, Jack. They don't? Wait, Cheryl, if they don't, then why aren't they calling on their president to their president and the party that's in power? Why aren't they calling on them to release the files? I mean, we literally have a situation where the speaker of the House is not swearing in a newly elected House member because they know it'll be the 218th vote to release the Epstein files. One would think that if there was something that is being proposed, which is release all of the Epstein files but redact all the victims' names, one would think that you wouldn't want to be on the side of the people voting to block that, right? Thank you, Sam.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
All right, we're going to go to our first guest now. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining. We're live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights doing political debates, discussions, and fact checks. Sometimes do the news and sometimes play some video games. I don't know. We'll see. It's not political. It's the elites above the politics. No, Joe, that's where you're wrong. Unfortunately, it is political. Every single Democrat voted to release them, and over 90% of Republicans voted not to release them. That's political. It's over. The Democrats voted to release them. Democrats said if there's Democrats on the list, we're fine with them facing justice. So it is political. Republicans are the ones protecting child molesters. Period. There's no other way to put it. How do you explain that? We're going to go to our first guest now. 1 second to set Chrome up. Like at some point, y'all have to reckon with your party. That's what it is. It's if you are not a child molester or you are against the molestation of children, you got to start taking it to your party. I don't know how to explain it to you any further. Hi, welcome up.
Hello.
Hi. Are you a Donald Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you approve of Epstein's actions?
I don't. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Like you're saying, why does MAGA approve of Epstein's actions?
Well,
it sounds like you're saying all MAGA approves.
Yeah, right now in October of 2025, if you just listen to the president himself, he said, if you care about the release of the Epstein files, I don't want your support. So if you still support him, that means you don't care.
Wait, hold on, repeat that again.
So Donald Trump, a couple months ago, said that if you care about the release of the Epstein files, I don't want your support.
So you think he's hiding something in those files?
Well, have you seen the video I'm referring to?
Well, yeah, I could kind of agree. Like, I don't know why they just won't kind of release the entirety of them. I think they released some of them, but not the entirety of them. But yeah, I just don't like how he's not like releasing them. Like I'm pretty sure if he wasn't guilty of anything in there, he would have released them already.
I totally agree. Same reason why he didn't submit his DNA in the rape case. But but it's not just that, unfortunately. Like it's also that through his actions, we're literally seeing less support for victims of human trafficking. So under Trump, key initiatives for fighting human trafficking have been cut back at the U.S. Department of State, Department of Justice, Department of Labor, Department of Health and Human Services, and the Department of Homeland Security. Senior officials and other staffers have been forced out, workers shifted to other priorities, and grants delayed or canceled. At DHS, for example, Trump has ordered agents formerly dedicated to investigating and arresting human traffickers to focus on deporting immigrants. Current and former DHS staffers interviewed by The Guardian confirmed that these investigators' day-to-day work has broadly been shifted towards deportations and away from investigating major crimes with real victims. At the State Department, the Trump administration slashed more than 70% of the workforce at the agency's office to monitor and combat trafficking in persons, which is responsible for leading anti-trafficking efforts across the U.S. government. The department also held up grants for nonprofit organizations fighting trafficking around the world, putting their operations and services at risk. So, like, it's not just, it's a pattern of Donald Trump wants to downplay Epstein, wants to essentially dangle a pardon in front of Ghislaine Maxwell. They moved her to a minimum security facility. He says, if you care about the release of the Epstein files, I don't want your support. Republicans are fighting tooth and nail to block the release of the Epstein files. His administration is actively pulling funding from fighting human and sex trafficking. At what point do you say, oh shit, okay, I can't support this guy because he supports child molestation?
Isn't the Maxwell person was they were the one found guilty in the Epstein thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It pretty much is number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Like as in what? Like number 2 of what?
You don't know anything about the Epstein case, I guess.
I mean, not necessarily until like a bunch of people started talking about it, because when I voted for Trump, no one was talking about the files at the time until after he got elected.
You know what's interesting?
What?
A couple things are interesting about what you just said. Number one, there were a lot of people talking about the Epstein files. Funnily enough,
I'm talking about like TikTok, like TikTok wise, before everyone started like bringing up like the whole like release the file thing.
got you.
Like that.
So you're actually wrong about you're claiming that people weren't talking about it on TikTok until after he won the election. That's not true. They weren't talking about it on TikTok until after his Department of Justice and his FBI came out and closed the investigation and said there's nothing to see here, which coincidentally happened after Elon said that he was in the files. That's what started this whole firestorm. Elon said he was in the files, and then all of a sudden, the tunes from Kash Patel and Pam Bondi changed. In February, they were talking about how many victims there were, how much video, hours and hours of videos to go through, and how there was a list of clients sitting on her desk. And then Elon says Trump's in the Epstein files. All of a sudden, actually, there is no client list. There's no evidence of any blackmail. Epstein did kill himself, and there's nothing to see here. And then Trump says, oh, if you still care about Epstein, I don't want your support. Like, what are we doing here?
Wait, do you think that Biden and them had access to those files at the time? Like while Biden was in the office?
Biden's FBI did, yeah. Biden's FBI and his DOJ were...
I feel like if Trump wasn't president at that time, why wouldn't have they reviewed the files? And if he was found guilty of a crime in the files, they would have arrested him during Biden's term.
Right. Great question. So there was an open investigation during Biden's administration. That open investigation led to the prosecution and conviction of Ghislaine Maxwell, who you don't know anything about, but essentially she was doing a lot of the recruiting for Epstein. That open investigation continued to be open, which is why those documents were sealed and unable to be released. Now, when it was passed to the Trump administration, there wasn't this big outcry about releasing them because the investigations were still open. And if anything, people were were looking forward to Kash Patel, who'd been so vocal about making sure to find justice for the victims and making sure to hold the clients accountable. And that was still his tune when he was sworn in, and up until around February. And then Elon said that Trump was in the files, and all of a sudden, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, DOJ, and FBI closed the investigation. Nothing to see here, and also stop asking about it. We being fucking for real?
Yeah, I do think that is kind of like a bit guilty, like almost, because I feel like if you weren't, like if your name wasn't in the files at all and you didn't do anything, you probably would have released them by now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, like it sounds like you didn't know a lot going into the election, and that's fine. Well, I mean, that's not fine, but it is what it is. But like right now, knowing what you know, do you really want to support somebody like that?
Not necessarily. I probably would. I probably wouldn't vote at all next election. But if I probably did, it would probably be a little towards the Democratic Party, because what Trump has done, like as of right now, like the shutdown and everything. Like with me, like I don't know if you're familiar with trading, like day trading. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Like stocks, yeah.
Yeah, right now, like if you look at the chart, it's like pumping all-time highs. But like my swing portfolio is looking like amazing right now. But like since I'm also like a day trader, like you know how like stocks move and stuff. Like you seen candlesticks?
Huh?
Yeah, like they're like not easy to trade during the intraday. So I would say like that with the government shutdown and it's delaying news and everything, it's kind of hard to trade at the moment right now. So I get yeah, but during like Biden's term, it was a lot easier to trade because Biden didn't have much influence on the market.
I mean, I guess that's really. I mean, Biden offered stability. That's what
Yeah.
non-Trump presidents offer stability. So like, I get that.
Yeah,
I think it's a really random thing to care about. But I mean, if you're a day trader, I guess power to you. Really
yeah.
quick, Jason. I am not saying Jason in chat said to say that all pedos are red is insane. No. The Epstein had clients that are both Democrats and Republicans. The problem is that the Democrats want those people to be held accountable and Republicans don't. That's the problem. The problem is who is protecting the child molesters. No one here is saying that only Republicans are child molesters. It's just that only Republicans are protecting child molesters. Sorry, just wanted to
No, you're good.
react to that. All right.
But yeah, I do kind of think Trump has done something in the files that they just won't release to the public. Because I feel like it would just make the Republican Party look terrible and all the supporters terrible. So I think that's why they won't release them. But yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask out of curiosity, why did you vote for him in the first place?
Well, I voted for him during the first place because most of my family is with the Republican Party. They side with the Republican Party, and also his last term, he was like a big influence, like sort of on crypto and stuff, which he did. And earlier this year, he made his meme coin, that Trump meme coin. I profited a little bit off of that, which was kind of like the main reason why, because he was like a big influence on the market. But as of now, he's doing like a bit too much on the market and stuff like that with the government shutdown and everything. So, yeah, at the time, he did seem like a good candidate compared to Harris, because I think Kamala's policy, like what she was going to do, was I think it was something about groceries, if I'm correct there.
Well,
but,
I mean, the thing is, Kamala had policies. That's Donald Trump didn't really have any.
but I think I looked it up on Google or something. I think her main thing was like going to be focused around groceries to make it like affordable or that's at least one of them.
Yeah, so she had 4 separate policies to reduce the cost of living. It kind of sounds like you. I'm going to be honest with you. It sounds like you didn't really do a lot of research before this election, and it sounds like you're also voting based entirely on how it affects the stock market. So
well, yeah, it's kind of like my job. So yeah.
Well, how old are you?
18.
Okay.
I turned 19 later this month.
Well, I guess all I can say is I hope that at some point, you have a little bit more perspective about things besides the stock market. Like,
yeah, because I know like the Democratic Party, like they focus a lot on like helping like people, like
healthcare. And stuff.
yeah. So yeah, there's some things that I agree with the Democratic Party, like the free healthcare. But I feel like if we give too much free stuff into like to people, I feel like it will cause prices to go up, stuff like that. Because like who's going to be funding like these people getting like free healthcare, free
Who's
like
these
all this,
people? When you say these people, who are you talking about?
like American citizens, like people that live in America.
Right. So you're saying who's going to be funding it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our taxes are already being used It would be nice if we, instead of it being used for having the largest military on Earth by a 10x margin. I think it's 10x the next country below it. Besides that, the top 1% can pay their fair share. Ideally, the removing the cap on Social Security alone. Right now, the Social Security contribution cap is at like 168,000. Why is there a cap at all? Why when you make over 200,000, do you not have to pay more into Social Security? It doesn't make any sense. Why is it that billionaires have an effective tax rate that's less than the tax rate of middle class Americans? The reality is universal healthcare, and the studies show, by the way, even if we did nothing to the tax base, universal healthcare would still be more cost effective for Americans than what we have now. We're paying the most out of any industrialized country, but we're getting the least.
Do you believe that there should be any such thing as like rich people in the country? Like, do you think anyone should have like a certain like billions or something amount to money?
I mean, I personally think that having $1 billion is obscene. Like, nobody ethically makes $1 billion. But I don't know how we would necessarily. Yeah, rich is relative. Exactly. I don't know how we would legislate something like that. That's like a pie in the sky idea. I think the best thing we can do is just make sure that those at the top are paying their fair share and paying back into the society that allowed them to accrue so much wealth.
Yeah, because I feel like if everyone had like the same amount of money, like inflation, like the prices of everything would go.
I'm not asking everyone to have the same amount of money. That's not the goal here. It's just I don't know if you've ever go look up like a YouTube video that compares $1 million to $1 billion, and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
It's a lot more.
It's no one can spend it in 100 lifetimes. So like, why are there people dying preventable deaths from lack of healthcare access, where we just tax like 5 dudes and can end it right now? So yeah.
Do you think there should be like a third political party at all, or do you think it should just be like this 2 right now?
I think we should have ranked choice voting, so that if there was.
What do you mean by like ranked?
So ranked choice voting is it's the way to run elections where instead of a first past the post system, so what we have right now is the first one to reach a certain threshold in electoral votes in this case. A ranked choice voting system has you, instead of picking, like, let's say the choices are Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, and then Jill Stein and Chase Oliver, right? In a ranked choice system, you can vote first for someone like Jill Stein, right? But then if she doesn't get in the top 2 vote getters, then your second vote could be for someone like Kamala Harris, and then that vote will then go to her. So, I'll give you an example of where this would matter.
Oh, wait. So you're saying like if you vote for the person and they don't like get elected, your vote would go to the next person that you favor.
Yeah. So if the person you voted for isn't in the top 2, then it goes to the next person you favor. And what this would mean is that if you don't like either candidate, but you don't like a certain candidate. So let's go back to 2020, right? A lot of people didn't like Biden or Trump. Okay. In 2020, if you knew that you didn't like either, but you really didn't want Donald Trump to win, you could put your first vote to be Joe Jorgensen, the Libertarian candidate. And then if Joe Jorgensen doesn't get in the top 2, it would pass down to Joe Biden. So at least you're not throwing your vote away, because right now everyone's kind of like, mathematically, you're forced to vote for either the Republican or the Democrat. But if we had a ranked choice voting system, you wouldn't be forced to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they voted to implement that in Alaska and Maine. So I mean, 48 more states to go. Anyway, appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, man, appreciate it.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next guest. We're playing Mario tonight. We'll see if we have any. We'll see if we have enough time. Okay. We're going to the next guest. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining. We're live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday doing political debates, discussions, and fact checks. So if you like the content, drop a follow, tap the screen. Thank you all so much.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So MAGA approves of Epstein's action because he didn't really do anything. Pleasure's not a crime, and there's no evidence.
Do you think you're gonna like rage bait here?
It's not rage bait. Pleasure. Since when has it been a crime?
Rape is a crime.
He never raped anybody. There's no evidence. Hello.
Chat, do we engage? Do we engage or we just drop him? I don't know. Like this isn't a real person, right?
Oh my god.
Like, what do you mean? There's no evidence? There's mountains of evidence.
Show me it.
What would you need to see?
What?
What would you need to see?
Well, show me some evidence.
Well, no, I want to set the goalpost before you move it. What type of evidence would you need to see?
Evidence of him being a rapist. Or evidence of children being on his island.
So would victim's testimony help?
Show me.
Yeah, no. I need you to understand. I'm not just
Can't show me
gonna.
nothing. Can't show me nothing.
No, I'm not showing you anything because you're gonna move the goalpost. I want you to tell me what you'd like, what specific evidence you'd like to see.
Evidence of him being a rapist. Like you just said.
What is evidence? Do you want testimony? Do you want video? What are you asking for?
Give me all of it.
Okay, you're wasting time.
Because
Video of the act? Yeah. Bro's literally asking for CP on TikTok Live. Kash Patel, please check that man's hard drive. Please. On the next guest.
Hey,
Alright.
how's it going?
It's going. How are you?
Doing good.
Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am a Trump supporter, Mr. Bean.
Mr. B?
Bean. You look like Mr. Bean.
Oh, nice, good one. So why do you approve of Epstein's actions?
I don't approve of him. The thing is, Trump needs to release those files. Gosh damn it. He needs to fucking release the files.
Okay. So why do you still support him if he literally asked you, he said, if you care about Epstein and the release of those files, I don't want your support.
Listen, Mr. Bean. He's the lesser of the two evils. Because Kamala, she was going to lead us to fucking war. You hear me, goddammit? Because
These aren't real people, right? Like,
no, I'm a real person, Mr. Bean. You hear me?
what's your first name?
You want my first name?
Yeah.
It's Gilbert.
Ain't nobody named Gilbert in 2025. The goddamn it gave it away. Yeah. Go to the next guest. Rage bait used to be believable. For real.
What's up, Mr. Bean?
You're not the same guy. There's no way.
No, but you're the same guy, Mr. Bean.
I don't know
It's
if
a
you
pretty
think.
good one. Can't lie.
I don't know if you think that's gonna like upset me or.
Nah, it's just funny. But yeah, I voted Trump. I think they should release the files, man. This, I think you fell off with this prompt. I'm not gonna lie. This is just a lame prompt. The whole public agrees we should release the files. Like,
yeah.
the fact
No.
you're trying to pin
The
this-
public does not
Hold on.
agree.
The fact you're trying to pin this on MAGA is showing your TDS, bro.
You need to understand. Donald Trump told you. He said, if you care about the release of the files, I don't want your support. So if someone hears that and they continue to support him, what does that say?
All right. Well, guess what? I don't support Trump. I support JD Vance, though.
Uh-huh.
Can you play that quote of him saying that, by the way?
Calling Trump America's Hitler, or
No, can you play the quote of Donald Trump saying
Yeah.
he doesn't want your support if you want to release the files?
But
What was
Chop
that?
chop, Mr. Bean. You should have this ready.
How old are you?
24.
Okay, actually, it was a Truth Social post. It wasn't a clip. I apologize. There was a clip where he was asked about Epstein, and he said, "Are we still talking about Epstein?" But it was a Truth Social post. Hold on. The radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again, just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself, a totally fake and made up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past supporters, all in caps, have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will. Even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years, I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history, and all these people want to talk about, with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Democrats, is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking about our incredible and unprecedented success, because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter, MAGA. I don't want your support anymore. So, calls it a hoax. He's referring to the left, saying that Trump himself is on the list, not Epstein in general. Hold on.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about?
Wait, let me get the question that was asked of him. Okay, so the reporter asked Pam Bondi about the department's recent review of its Epstein investigation, which has drawn questions and conspiracy theories since the disgraced financier's 2019 death. Before Bondi could respond, get the full video. Pull the full video. Democrats are not mentioned at all. So we're clear.
Mr. President, I know you've urged people to move on, but I'm curious, why do you think your supporters in particular have been so interested in the Epstein story and so upset about how it's been handled? Why do you think that is?
Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest of what the fascination is. I really don't. And the credible information's been given. Don't forget, we went through years of the Mueller witch hunt and all of the different things, the Steele dossier, which was all fake. All that information was fake. But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going.
Okay, so really quick, only really bad people still have any interest in the Epstein case.
memo and release yesterday with Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former Labor Secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of Saturday?
Yeah, sure. If
Hey,
I
could I just interrupt for
Sure.
1 second?
Okay, so the person that said Trump was talking about the Democrats and how the Democrats are implying that Trump is on the list, that question did not involve Trump being on the list, Trump being in the files, or Democrats. Nothing. And he interrupted anyway. Okay? So remember when you said that? No, you're wrong. You're just wrong. You're wrong. Donald Trump doesn't want you to talk about Epstein, and it has nothing to do with the Democrats. It has nothing to do. Well, it has everything to do with him being in the files. I don't even know if it's contested at this point that he is in the files. Right? The question is whether or not he raped children. And I would think that the whole country would want to know if their president raped kids. That's what I would think. But okay. Go to the next guest. Hi, welcome up.
Hey, what's going on? Did you happen to see, because I don't think a lot of people saw it because of what happened with Charlie Kirk, the testimony with Kash Patel in Congress about this?
I may have seen it, but remind me, because I mean, there's been.
So there were two fascinating clips. Forgive me because I can't remember the name of the Democrat that had a really good clip with Kash Patel. But he refused to answer whether or not he talked to Trump or Pam Bondi about whether Trump was on the list. But the one with Congressman Massey didn't really. I haven't seen anybody talking about it. If you search on X or YouTube, Thomas Massey questions Kash Patel.
Okay.
Gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, I have a
Yes.
Yep, we'll watch this. This is the Republican, by the way, that's questioning him. This is pretty much the only House Republican that cared about this at the start. We have a few more now. A few, I think it's 3 more Republicans have signed on. You know what? Fuck it, we'll watch it real quick.
unanimous consent request.
Gentleman's recognized.
So I've got 4 documents I'd like to introduce into the record. The first one is Jeffrey Epstein's 6 story played out for years in plain sight. And Acosta is quoted in here saying, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone." The second document is entitled, "What Epstein's Bodyguard Warned About His CIA Connections." The third document is from Fox Digital. It's titled, "Epstein's Private Calendar Reveals Planned Meetings with Obama Admin Official CIA Chief." And the last document is Wall Street Journal article that highlights Ehud Barak's 36 meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. He was the former Prime Minister of Israel and head of military intelligence for Israel. It may have held that title when he met Epstein, and then, yes.
Without objection, the gentleman will hold for a second. The gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one UC request. This is Judge Engelmeyer's decision from August in U.S. versus Epstein stating the government's $100,000.
I don't know if that's it because Thomas Massey questions Patel. I don't know if that's him entering evidence.
I think it's coming up. Yeah, just
the 2-minute mark. Okay, my bad.
Give it a second. Yeah.
Pages of Epstein files dwarfs. You also said somewhere in the hearing and here today, one owner of a car company in Italy, one rock star, one magician, at least 6 billionaires, including a billionaire from Canada. We know these people exist in the FBI files, the files that you control. I don't know exactly who they are, but the FBI does. Have you launched any investigations into any of these people, and have you seen these 302 documents?
Sir, I have asked my FBI agents to review the entirety of the Epstein files and bring forth any credible information. And we're working with Congress not only to divulge that information and produce it to you, but any investigations that arise from any credible investigation will be brought. There have been no new materials brought to me launching a new indictment.
So is the loophole here, or is it your assertion that these victims aren't credible, that the 302s maybe didn't produce credible statements that rise to a probable cause?
It's not my assertion, sir. It's the assertion of two different United States attorneys' offices from three separate administrations who investigated those same materials in lifetime.
Are the 302 documents in the FBI's possession?
They reviewed all that, yes, sir.
And so have you reviewed those 302 documents where the victims name the people who victimized them?
If I personally know, but the FBI has.
So how can you sit here and in front of the Senate and say there are no names?
I said
I named one today.
I said we are not in the practice at the Department of Justice FBI of releasing victims' names. That is not what we do. We are also not in the habit of releasing incredible information. That's not what we do. But multiple authorities have looked at the entirety of what we have.
Okay, I got to move on here. Were you present when the AG had the White House event when she released the binders to the social media influencers?
I was, yes.
So if you're willing to meet with social media influencers who stood to benefit from the sensational and sad stories of these victims, will you meet with the victims as well?
The FBI will meet with anyone who has new information.
Will you personally meet with them?
The FBI and the professionals who are handling the cases will.
Were you instructed that it was important to release the documents to the Oversight Committee on the day of my introduction of the discharge petition to release these files?
I don't know what day that was, so no.
Well, they were released that day, and there were victims' names who weren't redacted because they were in such a rush, and the victims are not happy about that. Have you investigated any of the CIA connections? Have you seen the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein? And if you wanted to see it, would they show it to you?
Well, I can speak for the FBI, and that's presuming there's a CIA case file, and I've reviewed everything that the interagency, not I, the FBI, that was provided to us.
Would you be willing to look at the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein?
If there is such a file, and if it has not already been turned over to the FBI will look at any new investigative leads.
Have you made any progress on the pipe bomb investigation January 6th, and have you made any progress on the motive of the Las Vegas shooter?
So here's my point on that, and this is what really pissed me off. And again, I voted for Trump. This is a guy who said he would close down the FBI, right? The last administration, corrupt, blah, 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 blah. In the beginning of that clip, he's saying, well, the prior administration looked at these files and they said it was fine. So wait a minute. All of a sudden you trust the prior administration? Then on top of that, the guy basically ran his podcast on Epstein files and other things. He said he's personally never looked at these files. Now he's the FBI director. What the fuck is that? This guy's a fraud.
Yeah.
And nobody saw this because of everything that's going on. And I'm not trying to downplay Charlie Kirk, but that went on and nobody saw these clips. That whole hearing was a travesty. He needs to be forced to resign.
Yeah, and I mean, frankly, even the Charlie Kirk situation, the fact that he tweeted out that they had the suspect in custody and then had to retract that statement is so dangerous. It's never been on the history of the FBI. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And a reminder for everybody, his qualifications for position of head of the FBI was that he wrote a children's book about Donald Trump.
I don't think he's managed anything before. I understand he's worked at the FBI, but I don't know if that qualifies him. At this point, it doesn't look like it qualifies him for anything.
Don't you think that potentially before you voted, don't you think we had enough evidence to see that Trump wasn't going to put in competent people?
Yeah, listen, I'm not a typical voter. I don't vote for people. I just vote for policy. And there was enough policy for me to vote for. And now he's not even following through on that. So I regret my vote. But this in particular, it's really pissing me off that this is being called a Democrat hoax by MAGA. This has been a right-wing conspiracy for 20 years. How all of a sudden is it a Democrat hoax?
Yeah. The reason is because their God King told them that.
Just because you vote for Trump doesn't mean you protect. I can't. C3PDOs, whatever you want to call them. If he's doing wrong, he's doing wrong. You got to call it out. But Yeah, I wanted to show you that clip because it just baffled me that nobody's seen this, and he literally admits there are files with names of men who victimize these women. He hasn't even looked at the files.
I'm just curious. I know you didn't join for this reason, and I always appreciate when people come up and are able to admit that even though they voted for the guy, they don't support what's happening now. What policy do you vote on?
I was voting on civil liberties, economics, and foreign policy. All three have completely failed in the first 8 months of this administration.
Okay. Civil liberties, foreign policy, and what was the third one? I'm sorry.
Economics.
Okay. What were his policies on that?
They're eating the dogs.
Thank you, Subu. Oh, also, I forgot to thank people. I'm so sorry. Subu, thank you for the hand hearts earlier. And somebody had sent the turn off the lights. I'm so sorry, y'all. Sapito, thank you for the sunglasses. Subu, thank you for the hat and mustache. Sapito, thank you for the other sunglasses. Sorry, I was distracted when those came in. Thank you. Yeah, what are the policies? Like those are just
Yeah, I can go into detail if you want. I was kind of giving a high level.
Yeah, no, I'm curious because you don't sound like the typical Trump voter. So
Yeah, so in terms of civil liberties, it wasn't really him. It was what Kamala was running on and what a lot of Democrats were talking about in terms of putting guardrails on social media to prevent hate speech and misinformation, which it seems like this administration is starting to do when it comes to anti-Semitism, which is wild. So I lost on that. Never expected him to put people in prison for burning flags. So that's a disappointment. He's basically adopted Biden's foreign policy on Ukraine. Didn't expect that. He's letting Israel do whatever they want. And now we're starting a new war with Venezuela. Didn't expect that. In terms of the economy, I'm not a big tariff guy, never was. But I understood what they were talking about in terms of reciprocal and targeted tariffs. These are not reciprocal and targeted tariffs. These are blanket tariffs. These are, I don't know the word I want to use for it.
we knew about the blanket
Retributive.
tariffs, though. We knew. Bro,
Well,
I said the phrase blanket tariffs so many times before the election that people started thinking I was talking about tariffs on blankets. We knew about this.
So
we also knew about his unwavering support to Israel. That was no question. He said, I am the most pro-Israel presidential candidate in history, and I will give Netanyahu whatever he needs. He said that this is all stuff we knew.
Yeah, but I thought he would be. I don't know, man. I think both of these parties are just in bed with Israel.
I
at this
got. I mean, I need to break down some of this before we can. Like I'm willing to talk about Israel.
I'll preface this with you anyway, though. I even if I knew this ahead of time, I just wouldn't have voted. I haven't voted in 12 years. I decided to vote for this because I thought his foreign policy was good enough for me.
That's a damn lie.
And that's my first checkbox. So it's not like if I didn't vote for him, I would have voted for a Democrat.
So just so we're clear, if you had known this, right? So you know that he's protecting child molesters, you still wouldn't vote for Kamala? You wouldn't vote against him? I
wouldn't have voted at all.
What? Why? What is so distasteful about Kamala Harris that you wouldn't vote against someone who at the best is protecting child molesters and at the worst is a child molester? What about Kamala Harris would make you just not go out and vote?
Well, her policies on housing look like she just wanted to reinflate a housing bubble. She wanted to raise the corporate tax. She wanted to put taxes on unrealized gains on capital.
I'm going to go through them one at a time because I fear that your algorithm cooked you. Your algorithm taught you.
100% not.
Yeah.
I know all
No?
about Kamala Harris's policies.
Okay, perfect. So, do you know that the unrealized gains tax isn't in her 82-page plan, and it actually comes from the Biden proposals for 2025 before he dropped out?
Yes, which she endorsed.
She didn't endorse him when she was a presidential candidate.
She did.
When?
Like when did she get in? August, like September-ish?
She endorsed the unrealized capital gains tax, even though it wasn't in her policy.
Yeah, she was talking. Who was interviewing her? I don't remember. The clip is somewhere on my computer. I'm on my phone right now. I can try to dig it up if you want. But she was in an interview with somebody. They were talking about Biden's tax plan, and
Biden's tax plan. That's right.
correct. And she had endorsed his tax plan, and they specifically said, what do you think about the unrealized capital gains tax?" And she said, "I'm for that." So yeah, I'll grant it to you. It was not on her PDF on our campaign site, but she had verbally said she supported that idea.
Okay, so let's walk through it then. Okay, so you were talking about the housing policy. You said she wanted to create a new housing bubble. How? Welcome in, Erica Raiders. How was she going to do that?
Well, Trump's doing that now, which I didn't expect. So I'll give you that.
Yeah, no. Hold on. We're on the same page. Trump blows, right? We agree Trump blows. My question is, you just claimed, you made a huge claim. You said
she would have done the same. Yeah, I can tell you.
Yeah.
So incentivizing home purchases with the $25,000, I can't remember if it was a tax credit or a handout. All that was going to do is artificially inflate demand, which is going to drive up prices. The supply plan that she had, the benchmark that she had, we actually build that many houses already. So she didn't really have a plan to increase supply. Granted, Trump doesn't either. And both her campaign also, well, to be fair, no matter who the president was going to be, the Federal Reserve was going to lower interest rates, which is just going to create
That's
another
correct.
housing anyway. So
okay, let's go back really quick to the plan. So 3 million additional homes is not the same benchmark. It's additional. They're additional homes. I don't know where you even got that.
From her PDF.
You're saying on the 82-page PDF that 3 million additional was a lie? It was
No. There was no specifics in the PDF, if I remember correctly. I don't know. She didn't say if it was going to be like government, like Section 8 home housing. She didn't say if it was going to be like private sector.
So then how are you saying that it's the same benchmark?
What do you mean?
You just said that her plan to build more homes was the same benchmark that we were already building.
Oh, the total goal that she had for building houses in like it was either a 3-year span or a 5-year span was the same benchmark that we were to hit already.
Okay, so my question to you is: you're saying that in that plan, she includes the total and claims that it's 3 million additional, but is wrong?
I can't remember the number. It's so long ago, but I remember the benchmark was. I had looked it up. I said, "Well, how many houses do we build in a year as a country anyway, on average?" And the number was the same. So I needed more detail. And how are you going to increase the supply? Was it a government program with incentives, which I would not be for, or is it deregulating local markets to get more houses built?
Okay, interesting. And you thought that you know that Trump had no policies, right? So you're judging her. You're saying, okay, yeah, she wanted to build more homes to reduce the price. Trump literally didn't mention reducing homes prices. He just said the America great, number one, lower grocery prices day one. And it's so wild how deep you went into her policy. His policy was just a tumbleweed.
No, he had talked about working at the state level to increase supply through deregulation, but I haven't seen that happen yet.
It was not anywhere on his website. I don't know what. Sometimes he just makes shit up at rallies. Yeah, that's true.
I'll give you that. He does.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm willing to go into the document to confirm the thing that you said about the additional homes. But let's talk really quickly about the $50,000 what's it called? Down payment assistance.
25 or 50.
25. Sorry, it was $50,000 for small businesses. $25,000 down payment assistance. You said that a $25,000 down payment assistance would just create a fake demand and increase the price of homes. But that $25,000 down payment assistance would only be going towards first-time home buyers.
It was first-time home buyers, and I wish I had the PDF in front of me. There was another separate category of people. I think it said first-generation immigrants.
Right. So the range was it was a $10,000 down payment assistance all the way to $25,000. So it was first-time home buyers, and then first-time home buyers that are also first-generation home buyers. Essentially, like if your parents bought a home, then you would receive a smaller credit. This is still all going towards people who have never bought a home before.
Yeah, but this is all inflationary. If you're increasing demand artificially, you're not increasing supply, you're just going to drive up the price. And then if you have the combination of lower interest rates, it's just going to drive up the price.
Okay, so she is increasing the supply with her other policy. She had like policies that would work with each other, unlike Donald Trump, who just
right, sir, sure. But again, you're assuming that she doesn't lie either, like Donald Trump has.
Okay, really quickly. Hey, Erica.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I was like, I'm gonna come see my bestie because he said it.
Did someone clip that?
I don't.
Because if not, I'm denying it when Santana's here.
But there are a lot of reasons that you guys should kind of be cheering on Donald Trump economically, to be honest with you. Things that I distaste that are more of left-wing economics.
1 second.
Like, are you in favor of the price controls on Big Pharma?
Really quick. We can go through all of the topics, but I'm just gonna fact check this one really quick because I personally think that there's another reason why you vote for Kamala Harris, because I don't think the things that you're saying are.
I'm a small government guy. So if I had known Trump was going to be doing what he's been doing in his first 8 months, I wouldn't have voted for him. But that doesn't mean I would have voted for Kamala Harris.
Hey, did you ever hear of Project 2025 prior to November 25th? I'm sorry, November 5th of 2024?
Yes, I'm not MAGA.
Well, that's even, whoa, buddy, that's even more reason for you to not have voted for him if you were aware of Project 2025.
Why?
Because Project 2025, we were all telling you that this is literally what it is that he wants to do. He wants to centralize the power at the executive branch. He wants to get rid of our lower courts. He wants to strip Social Security, Medicaid. He wants to get rid of the Department of Education. Hey, he wants to take over cities. Like, we were saying all of these things. Like, it was absolutely outrageous. And a lot of people said that we were fear mongering. You didn't hear any of that during the campaign cycle?
Yeah, so Project Heritage Foundation's been around since the 70s. They worked with every president, including Democrat presidents ever since then. They've worked on things like crime policy, housing, all sorts of things. So number one, just throwing out the Heritage Foundation doesn't necessarily.
No one threw out the Heritage Foundation. People actually pointed to things with.
Well, that's from Project
2025. I know who wrote it, sir. What I'm saying is that people were telling you all what they wanted to do, and their mandate for legacy also is something that Donald Trump followed during his first term. So he had a connection to the Heritage Foundation already, and then he started. All I'm saying is that why didn't you believe it? Why didn't you believe that Donald Trump had anything?
There's a lot
to
of
do with
stuff in
Project
there I like.
2025?
There's a lot of stuff in there I liked.
Like what?
Abolishing the Department of Education.
Yeah. Do you know what the Department of Education actually does?
No, I don't. I'm a stupid redneck. Can I get back to talking to Dan? He's a little bit more reasonable.
I didn't say that you were a redneck. Why would you call yourself stupid and a redneck?
Why are you questioning my intelligence just because
I'm
I said I
asking you,
want to
does you
abolish
know what
the
the
Department
Department
of
of Education does?
I'm just at, why would you question my intelligence just because I
You
said
thought
I want to
that me
abolish the
asking
department?
you what the Department of Education does is questioning your intelligence?
You're
Really?
being condescending to me as
I'm
soon as
not
you
being
come up here.
condescending.
Can I just really quickly?
kind of
I'm so
are.
sorry. Tumblr.
Yes.
You said that I was more reasonable.
Yeah, you're
And
not being
I
condescending.
literally said that your algorithm must have cooked your brain.
I don't get my news from here.
Yeah, I was saying that you were wrong about everything you were talking about, but she was being condescending.
I haven't been wrong on anything.
I'm not debating you. I'm debating what you just said. I also questioned your intelligence multiple times since you've been up here.
No, you
But
didn't.
you had no
When did
problem
you?
with it until and Erica didn't even do it. She just asked you if you knew what the Department of Education did.
Sure. Okay.
Like,
Is this male fragility?
Yes, I'm a fragile male.
Okay, at least you admit it. Now go work and deconstruct it. Okay?
I mean,
No.
Work to be better.
I'm gonna take off.
I
You
bet
guys
you are.
you guys can gang up on somebody else, but I
You're gonna
appreciate the
gang
time,
up.
Dan.
You
Dan
know, I
was
wasn't
looking
saying
up
anything the
something.
whole time that Erica was talking. It's just you crashed out about her asking you a simple question, right?
I haven't crashed out on anything. I haven't yelled. I haven't raised my voice.
Neither has Dan. Neither has I.
Yeah,
So
you're being
there's
very
that.
condescending, and I don't like the
I'm not
tone.
being
I like to
condescending.
have civil
Yeah.
conversations with rational
I
people.
believe I was having a civil conversation.
I know you do,
It
but that's
seems like
fine.
you're the one that seems to be upset about something because I asked you what the Department of Education does.
Because I went to, you asked me a question, I went to respond, and you interrupted me, and I said, "Can I finish?" And you continued to talk,
Because
and
I
then you
wasn't
asked me another
finished. New
question.
York City. I wasn't finished. That's why.
I wasn't finished with my answer to your question.
I wasn't finished talking and you started talking.
Yes, you were.
But hey, if you want to put your ego to the
Okay,
side
you
and
win.
continue your
You
conversation
win
with
debate,
Dan,
bro.
by all
Have a
means.
good night.
There was no debate. Oh, he ran, not the skedaddle.
They went skedaddle. You know the word skedaddle? It means skedaddle. Somebody said skedaddle.
He skedaddled. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, it kind of, you know what? It tracks because earlier, I don't know if you were still live when he mentioned it, but he was talking about how all of the things that he disagrees with Trump on, especially relating to the Epstein stuff, and with like his support of Israel and his flip flopping on Ukraine and the blanket tariffs and all this stuff. And then he said, if I knew all of this, I would have just not voted. So that's when I was taken aback, and I said, well, what about Kamala Harris would make you just not vote?
Exactly.
And so we started going through this, through the policies, and he's wrong about some of them, but I think we kind of, I think you may have actually, just with that one question, revealed what the issue was with Kamala.
I almost said something. I was like, I got to remember where I'm at. He was like, how dare this black woman question me? How dare you? Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Be so friggin' for real.
So while Erica was calmly speaking to him, I was fact checking his claim that Kamala Harris's benchmarks were similar to what we already have them at. And she literally includes a graph and data from Moody's in her plan, talking about why there's still a need and why it's 3 million additional homes. So I'm gonna read it in case he's still here. I don't know if Erica needs to turn her camera off for him to come back to the live. I'm not sure, but for decades,
my profile.
For decades, the United States has failed to build enough affordable homes for first-time home buyers to keep up with demand, making it harder for them to enter the market. In the 1970s, the construction of these homes averaged more than 400,000 per year, compared with the 55,000 new entry-level homes completed each year throughout the 2010s. Moody's finds that even as the building of new homes reached record levels in 2023, home building has been at the higher end of the housing market. Demand by higher income and wealthy households has been much stronger, and the higher household prices and rents that incentives can charge these households have been a strong incentive to build more. The margins that builders could get from building affordable housing has been too low to incent the investment, with pricing too low to adequately clear the high fixed costs of building. Vice President Harris is proposing a first ever tax cut specifically targeted at encouraging home builders to build affordable homes for first-time home buyers. So, like, this is like a nuanced policy that it's not even just incentivizing the construction of 3 million new homes. It's specifically 3 million new homes that would be affordable to first-time home buyers.
Yep.
And we compare this to Donald Trump's policy, by the way, which was end inflation in a bullet point.
That's it. End inflation. Nothing else. No points about how he was gonna do it. Just end inflation. That's it, Dan. But then he comes in. Oh, you know what's so funny, Dan? Do you remember talking to people about it, saying, okay, Donald Trump wants to end inflation, but he also wants to charge tariffs? Do you all know that tariffs are inflationary? And I'm like, no, they're not. And then we go over the whole Smoot-Hawley Act with them and tell them how they are inflationary. We do the whole rigmarole. We ask them like, okay, when was the last time we had unilateral tariffs? That's what we were asking. And they're like,
Well, this was
and then
first after
they'll
we had to sift through the people that thought that the foreign countries paid the tariffs. Then
oh
we
yeah,
had to,
that's right, that part too.
yeah.
Because Trump said that in August of last year that the other country pays the tariff. It's like, y'all really just don't like black women. That's all there is to it. You don't like us. It's okay. We don't like you either, but it's cool. So I'm being honest. Like, we don't like you either, so it's okay. I like Dan. I like the weird gecko guy. I love Ashby. Hi, Ashby. So yeah, y'all are cool.
Hey, weird gecko guy. I don't know. It sounded like a lot of background noise, so I'm not sure if you didn't know that I brought you up or.
I requested up, and I was like, okay, they're having a conversation. I could walk away from the phone, and then when I heard the click of you accepting, I was using a machine. I'm working. I'm sorry. My apologies.
No worries at all. No worries at all.
By the way, I requested up when Erica was saying he doesn't like questions from a black woman, because I would like to point out I made one reference one time about black culture. What was the first thing Erica said to me? Who said this in this show? No Googling. Right. I got the 3rd degree from Erica.
You sure did. I don't remember it, but I believe you.
You're like, I don't remember doing that, but that does sound like me.
I believe you. I believe you.
You asked me about the damn line.
The what line?
Wow, you don't remember damn.
Oh yeah, who said this? Damn. Who said it?
The question you asked me was, what did she say when her husband passed? That was the quiz question.
Oh, that was the question? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, I actually kind of remember this
it
now.
Right? Did you get it right?
I did get it right. And then I pointed out to you that I'm old enough that I watched that show as it was coming out.
Me too. I'm almost 60.
You are not, you fibber.
You don't know my life.
Oh. I wasn't here for a little bit of that nonsense with that dude. In and out.
Yeah. I know Dan, and I know that Dan, not only did Dan raise his voice, Dan definitely said something like out of pocket to him, and he was perfectly fine with it. Like, because I came in on like the tail end when he was saying that Kamala didn't have like a way to provide supply, but have a higher demand, and that her wanting to do the credit was going to be inflationary. But she did have a plan to build more homes, 3 million of them, in fact, and make them affordable, while also offering the $25,000 down payment assistance. So there's that. So anywho.
Look, y'all know I used to work construction, and everyone that I know that used to work construction is as MAGA as could be, because that's just how that industry works.
Yeah.
And the few people that actually pay attention to politics other than what Lord Trump tells them, even they texted me and went, all right, this is a good idea. She's not really going to do it. She's lying, but it would work.
Well,
I hate it here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
same.
Like that the situation with that guest where I could talk to him however and he's fine with it, and then Erica asks a very simple question and he gets upset. It's a microcosm of just the different standards that men and women, and especially black women, are held to, like in the last election, where he had all of these intricate details about her housing policy, and that's in comparison to nothing. It's I think it might have been Van Jones that said it best, or said it first, because I know a lot of people said it, but like, she had to be flawless and he gets to be lawless. And it was so triggering leading up to the election, because obviously nowadays we don't talk, the debates aren't as much about Kamala Harris, but like, that brought it all back. How many people would criticize all of these very, very intricate things that they can't even criticize Trump for those things because he just doesn't have a plan. Like, oh well, her plan for what she's going to do for healthcare is blah 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 blah. Or, he has concepts.
Dan, do you know that like she's doing her book tour, and apparently people are upset with her for not doing anything for Gaza, for Palestine. They're upset with her that she's not doing anything. They're condemning Kamala Harris, the woman who lost the election, is supposed to do something about Gaza. That is emblematic of this system. The weight always falls on Black women to fix it. And no, Kamala does not have any obligation, no duty whatsoever to fix what's going on in Gaza. Donald Trump is the president. Please go yell at the white man. Go protest outside of the White House.
You know when she would have been able to do something about Gaza?
If she was elected president. Oh my God. What?
By the way, I will tell you that when you protest outside the White House for Gaza, the red hats get real mad at you.
Oh, I believe it.
They get real
I absolutely believe it. I do.
Hey, Corky.
I really do. Can I read off this one really quick?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Hey, shout out over on the tube to Sean, the other disgusted veteran, for the $5 super chat. Sean said, I am a 10-year Army veteran. They called me brainwashed, communist, socialist, fascist, and stupid. I didn't earn that it was Esther Roll good times. Did Esther Roll? Oh, you mean the damn part, Sean? I think I get it. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you, Sean. And also, my goodness, we don't have any respect for anyone in this country. Like, natural human affection is actually missing. It's not lacking anymore. It's just missing. It's like, it's just hard to be like kind in a sense, because of all that's going on. You're just wary of who it is you're standing beside. Like, it's crazy that, like, even in dating, Dan, you got to ask people, who'd you vote for?
I've said it before. I do not know how great women are, or how is it even worth dating? Like, you have to. What's the pool down to, right? Because you have to filter out people that voted for Trump. Those are undateable, and
not at all.
And then from whatever's left of men, because the majority of men voted for Trump, whatever's left, you have to also filter out various other red flags that men have. Even if they didn't vote for Trump, they might have not voted. Even if they did vote for Kamala, they might have. They still might have weird tendencies when dating. They still might see women in a certain way. They might be socially inept, and et cetera, et cetera. And once you get through all that, what was it, three dudes left? Like, what?
It's like 3 dudes left and about 5 million women, like, just going for him. Yes, fighting over him. Yeah, it's about 3 of them left. It's a lot that's happening in these streets. You know, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna get a dog.
I'm not gonna lie. Every dude I know that's single, they're like, I can't get a date. I'm like, sounds like a skill issue.
It is a skill issue.
Yeah, right now it is.
Just treat them with basic human decency. You'll have no problem.
It is like how in real estate it's like a buyer's or seller's market. Like, it's a man's market right now. Like, if you're a man that doesn't suck, you can do pretty well, because there's a lot of women out there that cannot find anyone. And so the bar is so low.
Bruh.
Dude, I'm short, fat, and old, and me and my wife get reverse unicorn hunted all the time.
Bruh.
We're monogamous, so we say thank you and move on. But it's like, I'm a short, old, fat Italian dude, and women are like talking to my wife going, how did you find him? And she's like, well, I found him at a D&D table.
Dungeons and Dragons is wild.
Wild?
Yes.
We won't get you playing that exact game. We'll get you playing something.
Okay. Like, I'm already committed to watching One Piece. Like, you guys.
I mean, that's way nerdier. To me, that's way nerdier.
Like, this is a lot.
Wait, Italian and D&D? Do you have a brother?
See how easy
do you have a brother?
See how easy it is? just treat women with basic human decency and have a hobby that doesn't revolve around asserting your dominance, you will crush.
He's not even. Nothing he's saying is exaggerated.
My
Genuinely.
camera's not even on.
It's hilarious. Oh
For
my
all
God.
for all you know, I'm hideous.
It's so no. What he's saying is so true. Not the hideous part, but what he's saying about like it's literally just treat women with respect, and you will do great. And a majority of men can't do it. Like the male loneliness epidemic is getting worse.
I would like to point out that the male loneliness epidemic is not happening on the left. Every
Is
dude
that
I
true?
know-
Actually,
I know a lot of dudes that are left enough that they're anti-capitalist, which is for me where the actual left starts is anti-capitalism. You know, like every dude I know that's anti-capitalist or further, even if they don't know what their policies are, even if they're like, yeah, I don't know what we should replace capitalism with, but it's clearly not working for the majority of people. Every dude there and left crushing it in the dating pool, crushing it. For this will make more sense to the men in the
Malik.
chat.
the male empathy epidemic.
Not wrong.
Yes.
Not wrong. Like I was gonna say for the men know that every friend group has the worst nicknames in the world for the other men in the friend group. Like they're mean as shit. There is a dude that in one of my groups of friends that we call Keebler because he's short, fat, because he eats sweets. He loves sweets and looks like an elf. That man crushes on the dating pool. His current girlfriend is 7 inches taller than him before the heels and gorgeous. And people are like, how'd you get her? He goes, just made her laugh.
Oh, actually, it is that easy though.
Yeah, I just
really
made her
is.
laugh.
All he has to do is like, okay, outside, okay, personality to the side, as long as of course like he's stable mentally and like financially, and like he's good there on the career front. If he can like make me laugh, oh my God, he's so funny. Make me laugh. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's easy to talk to men who can like make you laugh. It's easy to
Careful
talk
of
to
the funny ones. They'll giggle your clothes right off.
that is true. Yep.
Yeah,
That's all
I
gotta
mean,
say.
I
Ladies, be careful.
how else can I explain how I ended up
How
with
can you
Mac?
explain
Let's be-
Mac?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
It's-
seriously, I'm just kidding, Dan.
No, let's
Have
be
you
for
seen
real.
Mac? Have y'all seen Mac?
Here.
So I don't want to monopolize, but to what you were saying about the dating pool, Dan, and how it's got to be impossible for straight women to date. When my women friends, hell, when my non-male friends ask me about dating, this is my answer. Ask him to name 3 women he's not related to, he doesn't think are hot, and that he respects. And if he stares at you like you're crazy, that's the end of the date.
Ooh.
And if he passes, then ask him, do you think those women feel safe alone around you?
I mean that.
I will ask that question in a
I
public
submit that if they
space.
can't pass that
Super
2-question test, they're not dating material.
Can you write those questions down for me so I can remember them? I'm gonna ask them on Sunday.
I mean, I can DM them to you.
Do that. You have me on Signal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most would get offended and leave. Yeah, but then you dodged a bad date bullet.
I could just ask him now. So DM me, and I'll just ask him now. Hey,
Yeah,
Corey.
yeah. I think that's a good idea. I think you should ask him now.
Before the date. Why waste time? You know how much work it is getting ready? Oh my gosh. What? I don't want to do that.
That way, we also get the response
That
on
part too.
live. For, I mean, you know that Anniverse are certified chismosos and chismosas. So
Mm-hmm. Hmm. So yeah, there she goes. Hey, Mac. You did good, Dan. You did good.
I made her laugh. That's it.
See, that's all it takes. All you gotta do.
I treated her like a human being.
Yes,
That's where the bar was.
exactly. That's literally all you have to do. Like, oh my God, not him treating me like a human. The bar is in the taverns of hell. That is it. That's where the bar is. Okay, let me see here. BRB, I have to read these questions.
Around the seventh circle. So I used to not like this picture because I felt like I looked hold on. Oh. I felt like I looked super smug. But you know what? I think it's me recognizing that I got lucky, you know? Like I'm like, you know?
He's like, I hit the jackpot.
Yeah. Dan, you aren't slick. We know Mac is George Soros funded to be.
That's fucked up.
My boy Cheesin.
Oh, this is what you're doing tonight? Why they approve of Epstein's actions?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, okay.
You don't
So to be in all fairness, I should have done something about the shutdown. But by the time I finished making, I was working on a TikTok video for a couple hours because I'm so bad at editing videos and recording them.
Uh-huh.
By the time I finished, it was like 9 p.m. When did I go live chat? Like past 9, like 9:30. I just went with the caption that I already had.
I just thought of something, Dan. So Gecko, here's the thing though. Like asking a man, does a woman feel safe around him is not a good question in my opinion because he can't be the one to determine whether or not they feel safe around him. That's like saying, are you a good person? The fuck do I know if I'm a good person? Does my kid think I'm a good person? What about my friends? Does my mom think I'm a good person? What about my dad? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that.
I don't disagree. And part 2 wasn't actually in my questions until one of my friends asked a date to name 3 women, and he did, but she could tell he was annoyed. And she said, "Do you think those 3 women feel safe around you?" And he lost his mind. So I added it as like he got mad. He was like, "How could you ask me that?" And she's tall and she likes big dudes. Like she likes dudes like 6'3", 6'4", over 300 pounds. And she was like, "Look at you, dude. What do you mean?" Like,
I think Jillian hit the nail on the head. If they get defensive, it's a no.
Absolute no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Their answer isn't important. Their reaction is.
Awesome.
Oh wait, Louis, I'm sorry. I'm Louis in YouTube chat. What's wrong with being socially inept? Listen, I swear, if you have the other stuff, it works. It's just most men get mad when asked those things. Most men suck. Unfortunately, it really men are the worst. When they say it's all men, like it's statistically like a rounding error of those that aren't. You know what I mean? So fortunate. And what's wild is I know that the red pillars, the manospheres, the women disrespecters of the internet would hear that and be like, just a man hating himself, a self-hating man. And it's like the tick analogy is what I think of regarding men. What's the tick analogy, Slurry?
What's that? The tick analogy.
But yeah,
Drum roll.
Oh,
Oh,
it's not self-hating, it's self-realization to be a better person. You don't have to tell me. You got to tell them. Put it on their FYP.
Hi.
Hey.
So the tick analogy is basically like if you get a tick, you're not going to like pretend that it's just a tick, right? Like you'll get checked for Lyme disease, essentially. Like you're gonna go do the things that you need to do if there is a tick on your body, regardless of if it's a tick. And so the way I think about it is like not all men have Lyme disease, right? Not all ticks have Lyme disease, but I'm gonna treat all men as if they might. So that's the way I think about it. I saw it was a video I saw a long time ago, and now it's what I think of every single time. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. But you can drop me. I gotta go watch this monster Ed Gein story show because it's wild.
Thank you so much for coming up. And I had never heard that, but I think it makes sense.
interesting.
Have a nice
So
Larry.
he did ask. He asked a clarifying question. Let's see what his response is gonna be. This is gonna be fun. We'll see what happens.
Are we like screening him right now?
Yes, in real time. Dan's my bestie.
Wait.
And he doesn't do. He does do YouTube though.
That he's your bestie?
No, you're my bestie. I said Dan is my bestie.
Dan, your face looked heartbroken.
I thought, I thought you were talking about the person.
For a moment there, ha ha. Hey, that's how you know it's real, guys. That's how you know it's real. Me and you must never part, Maki. I'm gonna teach you that, okay? All right. It's from The Color Purple.
Really quick, has anyone ever seen? I want to say it's EXO Jazz, maybe. It's this girl who, this woman who goes on. I think she does Facebook Live too, but she does TikTok lives, and basically other women send her, I think it's $5 or $10 to FaceTime their significant others and see if they're cheaters or not. And if you, it's my guilty pleasure. It's the only non-political live that I think I would watch at this point in time. I want to say it's like it's $10 and then $20 to skip the line, something like that. And Dan and the Cheese Man, yeah, that's messy as fuck, but sounds entertaining. Oh, it's both, and she's up the entertainment quality because now she screen shares, so we see the dude. But the failure rate is really not great. Now, to be fair, it is a selection bias because this is the failure rate of men where their significant other decided to spend money to test them. So, there could be a selection bias there, but it is wild. How just a random girl. This is how full of themselves men are. Random girl FaceTimes you, and it's the wrong number, and starts hitting on you, and you're just instantly ready to.
Like, first of all, who's answering random FaceTime calls at that? What are we doing?
Well, because so what she does is she's very clever. She sends a text before the FaceTime saying, "Hey, it's Jenny, by the way," and sends a picture. And so they see the picture and they see her calling. They're like, "Okay."
Bruh.
Yeah.
Dan, I need you to send me that Yo Soy Chismoso.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
I mean, you can send it to me next time you see her. I don't care, but I need to see that. I also believe that I would guess, based on what I know of it, 80% of those men fail.
Lately, from the lives I've seen, it's about 50%. But it has been she was gone for a while. Like I don't know if for personal reasons or if she got banned or whatever. But hold on.
I mm-mm, mm-mm. This is why women are smarter than men. Just like would never fall for that. That's a really, 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 really like what?
Now you have to put her at in the chat. Oh, now I'm gonna be seeing. I used to just lurk in there. Now I'm gonna see the Daniverse in these lives.
Yep. So
Yeah. No, she really does.
so she sends a picture of herself and then she FaceTimes them.
Yeah. So, like her MO usually is she sends a picture, she FaceTimes them. They're like, hey, like, do I know you? And she's like, what do you mean? It's Jenny. And they're like, who? Jenny Rodriguez.
No,
From
darn
Tinder?
well they ain't never met no damn Jenny. They don't even have Tinder on their phone. But somehow, some way, they know a Jenny Rodriguez from Tinder.
Yeah. And then oh, is she loyalty testing? Yeah. And then, by the way, okay, so I don't know anything about this person. Maybe she's problematic. I don't know. This is not an endorsement. I'm just sharing some tea that I enjoy. So far, she seems
sharing
super
how
chill.
men are stupid.
Wait, I'm sorry, Erica.
He's just sharing how men are stupid
Because
that's stupid.
it is very stupid. Yeah. So and then they're like, oh, I don't have Tinder or something like that. And she's like, oh wait, is this Leo? And they're like, no. And she's like, oh, that's so embarrassing. I must have dialed wrong. I'm sorry. And he's like, no problem. And she's like, all right, well, yeah. Do you where do you stay? And she says, and they say like Arizona or wherever the location is. Like, oh, that's where I am. And she's like, you're cute, by the way. And then they just and then they just keep going. And it's so like sometimes she's sent them. Oh my god, it's rare, but she sent them to dog pounds before. Like where they'd set up a date and she'd give them the address, the flight attendant. They make plans to meet. Yeah. Literally, if you are in a relationship, you shouldn't be entertaining a call like that. Yeah, I mean, like, there's some that'll pick up and be like, no, this is the wrong number, sorry. And then that's it. And she's like, period, loyal king or whatever. And then there's some that are a little bit, it's borderline. Like, they're being a little flirtatious.
Okay,
I have a question for you.
No questions.
Wait, I'll answer Bubba's question.
God, no.
There's some that are borderline where they're flirting, but they're not engaging. And I mean those. I mean,
Everyone says hi.
I personally think that's a red enough flag. But then there's those that are like ready to hang out that night. What random person?
Random. Just random. Like she just randomly texts you and all of a sudden you know her. That's crazy. Anywho, Bubba did say hi. He said that, hey, I think I saw that guy before you started streaming. I said, him? He said, yeah, I saw him on my recommendation page.
Oh, I'll answer his questions, by the way.
You will know.
What?
Mm-mm. No, Bubba does not just ask like 11-year-old questions. Bubba asks like very prying questions. So no.
Oh,
I don't care. I'm an open book, baby.
He's 11.
I mean,
Wait, no,
you can stand right there and go, don't answer that, Gecko.
He's 11, but he watches One Piece, so he's like at least 13 or 14 brain wise.
I mean, yeah, hell yeah, he's a little budding comrin.
Yeah,
possibly. You never know.
For those that don't know,
No.
the author of One Piece, by the
Weekend.
way, has a poster of Che Guevara in his cubicle.
Cool.
Just FYI.
Thanks for looking out for Triv. Triv's grown. I didn't have to look out for Triv. Triv needed a little emotional support, but don't we all need a little emotional support from our friends from time to time?
Yes.
For those of you that don't know, Triv is a friend of mine that's a veteran that came out to the veteran sit-in, and it just happened to be he was coming out the day Charlie Kirk got shot. Like, he was en route to me when that happened. So it threw a lot of information off. Like, it threw our weekend off. But yeah, Trip's a good guy. He's my homie.
Yeah. Dan, I'm going to text you Bubba's question. I'm not going to ask it out loud, though. Oh, solving the male empathy epidemic?
Text me too.
Yeah, I put that
I'm
up
gonna
when we were talking about it before. Yeah, I don't know. I think said your guest box was dead earlier, Erica.
Yeah, they're afraid to come out. It's too much awfulness going on for them to actually come out and, have these conversations. Think about all that's going on, especially with the shutdown and the reason that we have the shutdown. And then also what they did in South Shore in Chicago, him sending, who sends the National Guard to Portland? What are you afraid someone's going to throw a latte at you? Like what?
Because of
hey, vegan strip clubs, a threat to democracy.
Bruh.
Because of a Fox News clip that he saw. That's the whole reason. It wasn't intel. It wasn't. Excuse me. I mean intelligence, not the stock that the United States owns part of. It wasn't intelligence. It wasn't advisors. No. He literally saw a clip on Fox News and ran with it. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's Donald Trump for you. That is Trump. I've been talking about it all day. I'm like,
By the way, have you all looked at USDA.org today?
Does it say like we're shut down by the Democrats or something like that? Wait,
it goes
.gov you
harder
mean?
than that. Yes, I'm sorry.
Lovely. Due to the radical left Democrat shutdown,
yep,
this government website will not be updated during the funding lapse. President Trump has made it clear he wants to keep the government open and support those who feed, fuel, and clothe the American people. Act like hello.
silly pants. When is enough going to be enough? Do you know that the Supreme Court actually ruled today that Donald Trump can, in fact, strip the temporary status from 300,000 Venezuelans?
No, I hadn't seen.
Yeah, he did that. It was like right before I went live. I saw it and I was like, mothers. Seriously, like, what are they not allowing him to do? Hashtag. Interesting.
Agencies are using federal resources, taxpayer-funded websites to engage in partisan political messaging. The Hatch Act prohibits federal officials from using official resources that way. Thursday, Democrats on the House Oversight Committee sent a letter to the Office of Special Counsel calling for an investigation into the messages for apparent violations of the Hatch Act. I really wish we had. I mean, maybe with AI, we'll get to that point. I just wish we had a way to show MAGA and Republicans how they would react if Obama had done this. I wish it was just some way. It's like, hey, so you don't have a problem with this, right? Okay, this is you if Obama had done it, and you just put the video up. Like, I don't know if that's gonna be a thing in the future. Maybe 40-year advancements in AI. It's so.
But you are
insane.
You are assuming that they don't already know that. They know they'd be mad if the wrong team did it. They don't care because it's their team.
Do you remember? Oh, go ahead, Gecko. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was going to say, as someone who grew up hunting, and I spent every one of my hobbies is a Republican hobby, unfortunately. And as someone who grew up in a hunting family and spent a lot of times with hunters, I know more 2A loons than the average leftist. In the past 50 years, Erica, when you were a kid and you just started remembering things, only 2 people that have been president have restricted the Second Amendment permanently. Ronald Reagan, when he was the governor, and Trump, when he banned bump stocks. Now, the dudes that scream, shall not be infringed, did not give a single shit when Trump banned bump stocks because it was their guy. If it had been Obama or Biden, they would have stormed the Capitol. But because it was their guy, they didn't care. Every single one of them, when I said that to them, they're like, well, nobody uses bump stocks anyway. I'm like, so shall not be infringed only matters if you like the thing? That doesn't, like, they don't care.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. But how they would react if it were Obama doing it, they call him a fascist. Do you remember that when he was trying to pass the ACA and they called him a fascist for it? Yeah, that's what they would do. They would call him a fascist. And they watered down that word so much that we now have real fascism staring us in the face. It's actually walking the streets of different U.S. cities. It's living in the White House and at Mar-a-Lago. And everyone's like, you know what? This is cool. You know what? Fascism ain't so bad.
And actually, you reminded me of something. Republicans never had to reckon with all the lies they told about Obamacare. They said that there would be death panels.
Yep. Yep, they did.
Because
They did.
he's hurting the right people.
They did say that. And now look, 7 million of them are about to lose their insurance because the Republicans are refusing to compromise. Yeah. There's that.
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Hey, Tic Tac.
Dan, have I ever told you how pretty you are when I've been drinking?
You have
You're
not?
fucking gorgeous, man. Also, everybody should go to Dan's YouTube. It's Dan Malik Politics. You're pretty when I'm drunk, though, and I'm really fucking drunk, Dan. Yeah, everybody go to his YouTube. Subscribe.
Tic-tac.
I'm not actually drunk. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, okay. I was Tic Tac. I've never seen you this way. I was literally about to step in and save you from yourself.
No, but I did have a meeting today with my case manager. I don't put this out there a lot. I'm disabled. I'm a quadriplegic, so I have a case manager I have to speak with. She came out today and said that things are changing. Things are definitely changing through the Affordable Care Act, through access. I have to speak to a supervisor every 90 days to prove that I'm still disabled, that I still need services. I have to see a doctor twice a year now, and the doctor has to write that I'm still disabled, that I still can't fucking walk. These are things that have to be proven twice a year. And through a case manager, the case manager supervisor, once every 90 days, she comes out to visit, and I have to answer a series of questions, very strict, and we have to be this is my case manager telling me, hey, you have to be very specific about things from here on out. This is what's needed. This is the time that's put, and otherwise they're going to take it away. They've changed it to, like if you have a partner who's your healthcare giver, you have to be married for over a year. You can't have moved within the last 6 months. You have to wait. So if you move, you have to wait for 6 months to apply for SSDI. They're fucking around. They're not taking things away completely. They're just making it extremely hard, and people are going to slip through the cracks. So that was my meeting with my case manager today.
My goodness, Tic Tac. My God.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be an asshole, but I'm gonna be an asshole. Like, do these assholes think that you like you're gonna somehow just get up and start walking one day? They think
Yeah, I guess I don't pray hard enough. I've actually had people tell me that too.
Are you serious?
Maybe
I wanna
if we
punch
get all
them. I'm gonna have to
400,
go.
the three. Yeah. Bro, I had a pharmacist tell me that one time. I had a pharmacist tell me that I didn't believe in Jesus hard. This is the one and only time I ever went to that pharmacist. Small town pharmacist kind of bullshit. Yeah, and then he told me there was a healing cloud over Texas that they were having a revival that I needed. It was really fucking weird. Yeah, that was. Oh, and that I'm genetically inferior. He didn't say that. He didn't say that, but that's how I took it. He did say that I had a genetic mutation. I'm like, bro, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I looked at him. I said, you're a doctor, right? Like, you're a doctor. like maybe a step above a chiropractor, but still a doctor, right? I don't know. This is what we're looking at: Christian nationalism within America. It's strong. It's strong. And they're trying to take away people's affordable care. That's the worst part. People who are just so I've been sick for quite a while, right? I got sick at the age of 36. It put me in a wheelchair. I've had 10 years now. I'm 46 now. I've had 10 years in this system. People who are just now entering the system are going to fall through the cracks. People are going to die because of this. They're not going to get the help that they need. They're not going to get the even the income to survive. Like for the 18 months it takes you to even qualify for SSDI when you're going, because you have to literally see a governmental doctor, and the doctor says, hey, yeah, you are disabled, before you can get on SSDI. That itself is going to be extended. And what happens when people can't eat? Oh, well, they don't make it. So that's what's happening. That's the news for the day from the disability world. Also, go to Dan's YouTube.
Yeah, go to Dan's YouTube, guys.
Thank you. I really should plug it more, especially now that there's so much love and care going into it. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, everything you just said, like people will die. It's not even a question. And what hurts so much is I already know that if there was like a Trump supporter up here, they wouldn't care. I'm hearing their responses to what you just said, and I'm getting pre-mad.
Yeah.
We need the equivalent of churches that are non-religious but just do charity work. That would be cool.
The Church of
No,
Satan.
I don't think we need to rely on the dependence of other people's charity. I think that's horrible.
I think that's horrible too. But
We do need socialism.
I think within the framework of the system that we have, that might be our only recourse is like mutual aid, because this system really, really sucks. And,
Yeah, don't forget the holidays are coming up. People,
Oh yeah.
the holidays are coming up, and the homeless shelters they need people volunteering. They need help.
I just want to say that
Hold on one
somebody.
moment. Sorry, Falcon. Hold on one moment. Jillian, you went to Kiana's church? You saw us over there? You missed it, Dan. You missed a good time at that church. It was a Church of Kirk.
Oh, Church of Kirk.
The Church of Kirk. Yes. The Church of Kirk. And we were praising. We caught the ghost that day. The spirit was alive that day. I put on my church hat and everything. It was amazing. Absolutely. You missed it, Dan. You did. It was a
It
good
might be
time.
for the
When
better.
you're actually 60, you're gonna have the best church hats. I'm convinced of it.
You want to see my church hat, Gecko?
Hell yes, I do.
All right, I'll show you my church hat.
The Circle Kirk.
Okay. Wait, how does this thing go? Okay, it's my church hat.
Do they have biscuits?
This
in
is
the
my church
Circle
hat.
Kirk?
Oh, why the big screen? Okay, I'll take these off. This is my church hat. This is my Cowboy Carter hat. Oh, it's big. Shit is big. But yeah, this is my Cowboy Carter hat. And it's my church hat also, because it's the only big hat I own. So there's that. And so
That's actually a really nice hat.
Yeah, I like
Thank you.
that.
Thank you very much, Tic Tac. Got it in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas.
I'm sorry, Erica. I'm not staying up. I heard someone mention the church thing, and I wanted to come up and mention that there is a creator on TikTok. Her name is Mossy Matriarch. She's incredibly intelligent, and that is what she has done. She has founded a non-religious church and done all of the paperwork with the IRS, and the church's sole purpose is to work as a mutual aid organization, and she is a social worker based out of Washington State. So if you are looking to get involved with that kind of mutual aid work, the reason that she chose to form it as a church is because churches have and religious groups have the greatest protections under the law. And so she was trying to shield the vulnerable populations that she wants to work with from this regime, shall we say, because she works with like recovering addicts and people with mental health issues and stuff like that in her real life during the day. So if you're not already following her here on TikTok, her username is Mossy Matriarch. She's really cool if you get the chance to spend time with her. I am actually on my way to go to one of our mutuals' wedding though right now, so I've got to hop off.
Awesome.
Have fun, Falcon.
Have fun.
Oh, she really had to go.
I love love. Love is awesome.
Love, sweet love.
Um,
Marriage is what brings us here today.
Is that from The Princess Bride or something?
It is from The Princess
Okay.
Bride.
You know, okay. I have an anecdote. Well, I don't know if it's an anecdote. I have a story about Mac and I, where she quoted that marriage, right? And I thought it was from I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. And like she explained it was from Princess Bride, and I was like, oh right, it is from Princess Bride. Wait, did they also do it in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry? Does anyone remember like when they're, I don't know if they're like in Canada or whatever, and then the marriage, yeah.
It's Billy Crystal.
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't remember. Sometimes I get Billy Crystal and Rob Schneider mixed up. But
Sorry.
That's
funny.
horrible.
yeah, that's horrible for Billy Crystal.
That's not Billy Crystal? Neely says it's not.
No, okay, hold
Who
on.
is
Now
it
we're
then?
looking it up.
Wait, no,
I
no,
know.
no. In that's not Billy Crystal and the Princess
Billy Crystal
Bride.
is the wizard, not the clergy.
That's a different short guy.
Oh, it is Rob Schneider. No, wait, it is Rob Schneider in
Chuck and Larry, yes.
Chuck and Larry.
All right. So who does who's the preacher then? Who's the pastor or the priest or whatever?
In what?
It's not Rob Schneider in Princess Bride.
Oh no, no, it's not in.
No.
Peter Cook.
I don't know who Peter Cook is.
Is he alive?
Oh my God, I'm sorry, everybody.
Okay, yeah.
Goddamn.
Okay.
Why'd you do that?
Sorry, I tried to play the clip, and then there was an ad.
Jesus.
Man, pay the $10 a month. Get better YouTube.
Jesus. It hurt. My poor eardrums, Dan.
I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. I have to eat dinner. That I can try to
does
get to
Bubba.
bed at a reasonable hour, but doesn't mean I have to end the live. If y'all want to hang out, I'm totally cool with that. But I don't know. This is foreign territory to me. Weird Gecko guy hosts like chill lives like that with liberal content creators.
I try and be like a rest stop in the battle.
Like you've scrolled too far. You just take a moment to.
You know, one of the things that like me and the group of guys that you see me live stream with, one of the other things we do is when we get little baby leftists in there that are like, I need to talk to my uncle at Thanksgiving. Like we're like, all right, tell us your arguments. Tell us your we'll help help refine the argument for people that aren't pros yet, you know, but it does help people recharge and get their brains in the right space. I don't know how y'all do it 5 days a week and don't lose your minds.
I had to stop. I was losing my mind.
Yeah, you sometimes have to take a break. Yeah.
I don't know how you do that. Actually, I don't. Oh, okay, cool. So,
I do it because I hate myself.
TikTok, please. I said TikTok. TikTok. No, You have to take a break though sometimes because it's very, very draining mentally and emotionally. And at one point, I thought I was really gonna like try to find somebody because
Yeah.
it's hard, especially when the men like always overtalk. It's so annoying. It's like you can't get any like cohesive or cogent argument out because as soon as you start talking, they start talking. Like stop it. And I spend the whole time telling them to stop over talking. It's annoying.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah. Men suck.
Anyway, I am gonna bounce. It's 8:30. I turn into a pumpkin at 9, so I gotta go before then.
That's a little bit early, don't you think?
No, I'm
Oh.
almost 80 years old in dad years.
Oh, okay. I'm almost 60, so I get it.
I'm about 70 years
live
old
in
in back years.
You're all
No, I live-
whippersnappers.
I've got 6 kids. I live them. It's like every 7 years is.
Damn.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
I'll accept that.
Are you for real? You have 6 kids?
I do have 6 children.
Damn. That's a lot of kids.
It is a lot of kids.
You know you can just practice. Like you don't have to go for home runs every time.
No, I
You
didn't
can
have
get to
cable.
third base.
I didn't have cable when I was younger.
Bruh. Damn. I think 1 is a lot.
Sounds like you didn't have cable when you were younger or when you were older, to be honest.
No, my youngest is 17, about to graduate high school.
Crazy.
That's what's up, Tit Tac. That's what's up.
6 good little socialists. I've prepared them all.
Oh, you've done well. You've done well.
Wonderful.
Next generation.
Mhm. That's a lot of
Anyway.
kids. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking how many kids that is. Like how you divide your time and like your patience and your money. And I have 1, and I'd be like, you know what? I couldn't do this with more than 1. I would just go in a corner and cry. But you know, kudos to you and your wife.
Okay, I just
Tit Tac,
realized.
no.
I just realized my addiction to FOMO. The grip FOMO has on me is preventing me from going to get food. So I think it might be best if we just raid somebody and end the lives.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right.
what are you gonna stay around for? Because I'm gonna go get Habit Burger because that's what the kid requested.
Habit Burger?
Yeah, it's called Habit Burger. Like, it's
Is that
like
a chain by you
cool-
or?
Yeah, it's like a cool burger spot. Yeah.
All right, man.
Barber.
We'll go raid. We'll talk to you guys later. Y'all be safe.
Hey, have a good night, Tit
Nice
Tac.
meeting you,
Good night,
man.
Tic Tac.
You too.
Oh, hold up. This looks kind of good. I should not have
Are
left
you
this.
Grubhubbing it right now?
No, unfortunately, I have leftovers.
Mm.
I'm gonna go hop in the vehicle and go get the kid Habit Burger. Some places I won't do delivery from because it makes me nervous. So there's that. All right, who is live? Who's live? Let me see.
So there's a bunch of people live, but the only person who I think is debating at the moment is Mermaid. Is
Yeah,
Brett-
Mermaid is.
Brett's live with a bunch of people, but they're just hanging out. Actually, I'm not sure Mermaid's debating either. I don't think anyone's finding anybody to debate.
I don't want to.
I think they're going to be real quiet this weekend.
Yeah, they are. Let me see. Go to.
We can rest and recharge for a couple days.
Okay, well maybe with a raid we can.
I know Hector's not.
Yeah.
Who are you going to raid? If it, like, let me know. I'll go in there and I'll start shit. I'll be like, Mermaid, I want to argue with you.
Let's raid Mermaid. Hector, I think, is reading Kamala Harris's book.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, Danny should come back online for some blue coins. Oh, I really want to, but I'm trying to keep a human sleep schedule.
Understandable. And it's almost midnight, Dan.
Yeah, and by the way, it's not the sleep schedule is not really for me. It's so that like I'm awake at the same hours as Mac. To be honest, that's a big reason. Because y'all saw Single Dan's sleep schedule. Okay.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
Thank you so much for having me, Danimals. You guys are the best. All right. I'm gonna go. Bye bye.
Erica, thank you so much for coming up as always.
See you later, my friends. Thanks for having
Have
me.
a great night,
Echo,
y'all.
have a good night as well. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, y'all. We're gonna raid Mermaid. If you don't know her ad, it is at mermaid.tm. At mermaid.tm. YouTube and Twitch. Love y'all. Have a good night.